It was terrifying. Not knowing how bad it was going to get, not knowing if we were going to need to leave, and not knowing how to make the call. My name's Melissa Gavin. I'm a mother of 4, and in 2018, we experienced the effects of climate change. It was devastating, it was scary, and it changed our lives. I was actually on a staff call, and as Midwesterners do, we were talking about the weather. We had a little bit of rain in the forecast later that day. The rain did start, and it got heavier and heavier and heavier. We started, looking out the window and noticing how high up the water was getting, and the water was rushing down the road in front of our house. The street in front of our house actually became a river. It eventually rose so high it was up against our windows in our basement. If you had been in our basement that night, you would have seen fish swimming past our windows. Nobody knew when it was going to stop. Nobody knew how bad it was going to get. Eventually, the floodwaters were so strong and so high, the fire trucks couldn't make it up the road anymore. There are other communities that were also impacted, and some of those communities, families were actually on their rooftops waiting to get rescued by boat. And the thing that was so scary is that we didn't have a warning. All I could think was, this is climate change. This is what we can expect to see more of. This is just the tip of the iceberg if we don't do something now. Our kids didn't know what to do. We were trying to manage anxiety for them and also our own anxiety. It was very clear that climate change is here. It's affecting my family, it's affecting my home, and that I need to step up and do more about it. After the floods in August, I went to our village board and used my 3 minutes of public comment to ask the village to take action on climate change. And after the meeting ended, one of the trustees approached me and he said, "What could our village do on climate change?" And I said, "Well, I don't know, but I do know that when you get a lot of people together who care about an issue, they can come up with some good ideas." A few months later, we hosted a forum, and at that meeting, I said, I'd like to pull together a group of community members who want to do something about climate change, and if you're interested, please join me. Eventually became a formal committee of the village, and that's now in the process of developing a sustainability plan to reduce the threat of climate change here in our community. So despite how bad the flood was, it actually gave me a lot of hope because regular citizens could come together and figure things out together and take action in meaningful ways on climate.